It's time for WPTV's First Alert Weather from the WPTV News Channel 5 newsroom. Now with 7 meteorologists covering the Treasure and Gold Coasts 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now here's WPTV's First Alert meteorologist.
Grab the sweaters as you head out the door. Highs today in the lower 70s, jumping into the upper 70s and low 80s by Wednesday afternoon with partly sunny skies and breezy conditions. And then we cool down again after the next cold front on Thursday in the 40s by Friday morning.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall for WSTU 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The opinions expressed are those of the show's host and not the staff or management of Port St. Lucie broadcasters. Any reproduction without written consent of WSTU and WPSL is strictly prohibited. Now it's time for Quality of Life Radio, brought to you by Cigna and Aetna Medicare. Here are your hosts, Gary Owen and Tom Bouvier.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quality of Life Radio show. Actually, I need to go back. This is the world-famous Quality of Life radio show. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning here in Stuart, Florida. I want to thank you for tuning in. Today, I'm your host today, Tom Bouvier, sitting in for Gary Owen.
And I'm your co-host, Evan Nine, sitting in for Tom Bouvier.
Woohoo! And you noticed that slip when I said I'm the co-host, because I normally am sitting in that other chair. But thank you so much, Evan, for filling in for me while I fill in for Gary, who's taking some time off. But we're streaming live here on Facebook out of the WSTU studio in beautiful downtown Stuart, Florida. We're also airing simultaneously on WSTU 1450 AM, as well as WPSL 1590 AM. So if you're listening to us on the radio and want to continue listening to the show, once you get to your destination, jump on to Facebook, search for Quality of Life Radio Show, and you can continue to see us, as well as other shows that we have done in the past. So, Evan, we are here every Tuesday morning. Mm-hmm. We love to bring relevant content to our listeners.
Right.
What else do we like to do since you're here every Tuesday?
You're putting me on the spot.
I am.
And information that you can use pertaining to everything that you guys do at Owen Insurance Group.
Thank you very much. And Evan Nine, of course, is the host of the Get Up and Go show from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday.
That's right.
On this station. So I didn't put him on the spot that bad. The guy's had a little bit of experience. So actually, he does a lot of things. He's a wonderful person. He's an announcer at the St. Lucie Mets and the St. Lucie
St. Lucie Mets in the stadium, Clover Park, and for the New York Mets for spring training.
Thank you.
Got to have all those accolades in there.
Absolutely. Yes. You notice I didn't do it right. So anyway, we appreciate it. So as Evan said, we love to bring relevant content. We normally have a guest on the show. We also, Gary and I, love to bring education and information about insurance planning. Basically, insurance straight talk, transparency, learning about the insurance solutions, pitfalls to avoid, and how to improve your life through insurance planning. Social Security planning, we do Medicare, under 65 life insurance, annuities. And it is our mission at Owen Insurance Group to simplify insurance planning so that you can enjoy the stress-free life that you deserve. And if you have any questions about any of the products, services, or anything that we talk about on this show today, you can give us a call at 772-210-1020. And there is another phone number that we'll give out later that you can get to us as well. We always like to start off our show with a quote of the day. And this quote is by Emile Coué. He was a French psychologist and pharmacist many years ago, over 100 years ago, who introduced a method of self-improvement based on optimistic autosuggestion. Those are fancy words for talking positive to yourself. positive affirmations, things that you may have heard about them, where you talk to yourself. If you've watched any Saturday Night Live, you may recall Stuart Smalley having an episode where he would sit in front of the mirror and say, "I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me." And I heard a man say once that the problem with most people is that they listen to themselves more than they talk to themselves. And what do we mean by that? Is many times we listen to the negative self-talk. You're not good enough. You're too fat. You're too ugly. You can't do it. You don't have enough experience. And if you begin to listen to things long enough and through repetition, you begin to believe it. And whatever you believe, you begin to act on. So this psychologist, back over 100 years ago, came up with this little quote and this saying, and I've used it. And some of you may laugh when you hear it because it sounds too simple. It's just too simple. But he gave his patients this homework. He said, every day before you go to sleep at night, I want you to say this 15 to 20 times. Every morning, I want you to wake up and say this 15 to 20 times. And all throughout the day, whenever you begin to hear voices in your head telling you negative things, he would say this little saying, and it's this: every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. I can hear the laughter now. Some of you may be just thinking that's just too simple and that's just ridiculous. But if you are constantly listening to yourself and being negative on yourself and getting down on yourself, and you want to improve, you need to begin to talk to yourself. Say positive things to yourself. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Because if you're not good, you can get good. And if you are good, you can get great. And if you are great, you can get greater. And then if you're greater, you can become the greatest. And even the greatest can improve and get better and better. Just ask Michael Jordan and all the great people in athletics and other endeavors. Everybody can get better and better. So say to yourself, every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. You'd think this is a psychology show, wouldn't you?
Welcome to the new psychology show, sponsored by Owen Insurance. Lay down on our virtual couch. I have some questions for you.
Oh, you do? Okay,
I do.
So I'm the guest today, so Evan's going to put me in the hot seat.
Last week, you guys gave me the privilege of grilling Gary.
Yes, you
So now
we
I'm going to
did.
grill you.
Woo-hoo.
So this is Grilling Owen Insurance
I'm
Part
medium
2.
rare now.
Okay.
Don't grill me too much.
All right. So here's the first question.
Yeah.
Tell us about your background. Where are you from and all that other good fun stuff.
Oh, right. Very good. Yeah, I didn't live in Florida all my life, but I have been in Port St. Lucie, in the Treasure Coast, Fort Pierce now, this area since 2002. But to go way back, I grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My father was a college professor at LSU. My mother was a art major, and they met at LSU, as a matter of fact, when they were 19 and 20 years old. And that's where I grew up in 1979 when I was 17. So that puts me just at 60, almost 61. We moved to Melbourne, Florida. My dad let us believe, Evan, that we were moving to Melbourne, Australia for a couple of days.
Oh, wow.
And then he pulls out a map of Florida, and we said, "What's that?" He said, "Well, this is where we're moving." We thought we were moving to Australia, and so he pointed to this dot on the map, and most people there last year in high school would be bummed out. I was absolutely thrilled. I wanted to get out of town anyway and move to the beach where you could wear shorts, flip-flops, and T-shirts to school, and the girls could too.
And have a suntan year-round.
And have a suntan year-round, and I was surfing on Christmas Day, my first Christmas.
Can't beat that with a stick.
No, it was awesome. So I hail from Louisiana, love my Louisiana culture and heritage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where did the boov come from? Because when I heard Gary call you the boov a few years ago, I was like, okay, that was pretty interesting. So tell me where the boov come from.
I sure will. I have never, ever asked people to call me the boov. Just inevitably, every group of associations I have, eventually somebody comes up. Instead of saying Bouvier, which is my last name, they would say, hey, Boov.
What is the ethnicity? All right, let's try this again.
Yeah.
Take two. I have to find my tongue. Where is the ethnicity, I hope I'm saying that right, of Bouvier. Is that French?
Bouvier. It is absolutely French.
Okay.
So my about 5 or 6 generations of French on my father's side. Nicolas Bouvier came to America from France. We have the genealogy to New Orleans. He had a perfume shop in the French Quarter, Bouvier Perfumery. We've got pictures and everything. And my mother's side is very German. Ferdinand von Baron came to America from Germany to New Orleans as well. So many generations later, my parents met. So it is French. But the Bouv, my brother, my younger brother in high school, somehow they both, we always got the nickname Bouv. It just happened.
Okay.
And so one day we got my dad's Pensacola High School 1955 yearbook. And we looking through pictures of my dad. I mean, he grew up in Louisiana, but they moved to Pensacola when he was in high school. And we see his name, Maurice Bouvier, and it says all the things you're part of, the marching band, this and that. He was a saxophone player. And then underneath it, it had his nickname, and it said, The Bouv. We were blown away. We couldn't believe it. We thought we were the original Bouv. But and I don't know if my grandfather was called the Bouv, but all I know is my father was definitely called the Bouv in high school.
And that's how the Bouv was born.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It stuck.
A lot of people, they get into doing things for certain reasons, different careers, etc., so on and so forth. What attracted you to the insurance business? What drew you to do insurance?
Thank you for that question, Evan. I've done a lot of things in my life out of college. I went overseas to the Philippines, spent 5 years there, off and on, doing missionary work.
Okay.
So I had a calling to really help people. I love to help people. It comes from my mother. My father's an electrical engineer and a teacher and a professor. My mother's was an artist, a social worker, always wanting to do good. The heart as big as Louisiana. And so I always loved to help people and educate people. Somehow it was just in my DNA. And went throughout for the next 20 years, did missionary work, helping people and educating people. And then I would renovate homes. I had a career of about 10 years buying and selling homes, investing in homes. The real estate crash back in 07, 08, it was a real crash for me. But I still had the desire to make something ugly, like we buy ugly houses, and make them beautiful.
Right.
I did that. Just buy and sell homes, painting, making something ugly beautiful and helping people in their lives has kind of been my theme in life. And so I was in the medical field doing phone work, doing medication by mail, and a company offered to get my health insurance license, pay for it for myself. At that time, it was a great need for me. So I got my health insurance license, and they threw me in this field and insurance that I had never really knew anything about, which was Medicare. So I sat in a call center and did phone work as an agent, licensed agent in all 50 states, working with Medicare recipients, Medicare Advantage plans, prescription drug plans. I got a thorough training. I became an agent, a coach, a trainer, training coordinator. I got thoroughly immersed in that, and I knew I could help more people by not being able to talk about Medicare for just one company. That means being a captive agent. So I got introduced to Gary Owen by my lovely wife, Deborah. And
Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah. If you're watching,
yes.
I love you. Thank you for introducing me to Gary. And Gary had just, about a year and a half before that, opened his insurance brokerage firm. And I just jumped ship, and I went with this. It'll be 4 years on February 1st.
All right, very good. We are up against the first break at 10:20 this morning. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our first break this morning. You're listening to the Quality of Life radio show with your host, Tom Bouvier, who's sitting in for Gary Owen, and I am your co-host, Evan Nine, sitting in for Tom Bouvier this morning.
So eloquently spoken. Thank you, Evan.
Remember to give Owen Insurance Group a call at 772-210-1020. That's 772-210-1020. When we come back from the break, we're going to talk about 10 fascinating facts about humans.
Thank you.
So we'll be right back.
Hello, this is Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
Age comes with wisdom, and wisdom comes with benefits. That's especially true when it comes to Medicare. So make the wise call and go to CignaWise.com to compare your Medicare Advantage plan to Cigna today. Cigna offers dental coverage and $0 primary doctor visits in most areas. Hearing, vision, and an over-the-counter allowance all in one plan. You can even earn rewards for doing healthy activities. So go to CignaWise.com and compare your Medicare Advantage plans to Cigna today. Again, that website is CignaWise.com. Cigna Medicare Advantage. Because wisdom comes with benefits. Benefit options vary by plan and service area. You must reside in the plan service area. Cigna is contracted with Medicare for PDP plans, HMO, and PPO plans in select states, and with select state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in Cigna depends on contract renewal.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Quality of Life radio show with Tom Bouvier and Evan Nine. And we want to give a shout out to the founder and owner of Owen Insurance Group, Gary Owen. If you're not listening, you do see this recording. We love you. We miss you. Can't wait to see you later today.
I know what Gary's doing right now.
Yes, he's enjoying himself. So a much deserved break. I tell you what, he is a worker. He's a visionary. He's a great leader. And I sent him a text this morning by, I should have used this as the quote of the day, by Muhammad Ali, of all people. He said this, and of course, not surprising coming from him. He said this: impossible, the word impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given rather than to explore the power that they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact. It's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing. Muhammad Ali.
Wow.
That's a powerful quote. Right?
I heard something the other day on another radio show. Tony Dungy, you know who he is, obviously.
I love Tony Dungy.
He had a quote. I said it at the end of my show this morning. I wanted to share it with you.
Yeah.
Since we're throwing quotes out there.
This could be quote day, man.
Call it quote day. If you have a quote, give us a call here in the studio, 220-9788. We'd love to hear your quote. So this comes from Tony Dungy. He said, even though we can't always choose our circumstances, we can always choose our attitude in the circumstances.
Very nice.
That comes from Tony Dungy.
That's true. And attitude is your attitude determines your altitude. If you're going to fly up and get out of that situation, some people attitude. That's great. I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Evan.
Yeah, definitely so.
Attitude is where it's at, and so we do want to give you a few fun facts and actually
10 fascinating facts about humans.
Fascinating facts about humans. So I'll do number one, and then we can alternate.
All right.
Actually, I'll do number two, as I see number one is left blank.
Yeah, it says alternate. Okay, so we'll start with number 2.
We will. Laughing 100 times is equivalent to 15 minutes of exercise on a stationary bike.
And
so I don't need to do that bike ride.
Speaking of bikes, you have a bike ride coming up in Key West.
I do.
That's a little segue right into that.
That's perfect. I didn't know that was going to happen. But a couple of shows ago, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, we had Chuck Geary from the law firm of Lesser and Lesser, Landry and Smith, and he's. I'm riding with him in a group of about 15 to 20 people from Key Largo to Marathon, and then from Marathon down to Key West, and then back. All in over 4 days, and that's going to be. We're going to be raising funds for a local scholarship through the Martin County Chamber of Commerce.
Okay,
and that's going to be for deserving young recipients who want to go into a vocational school, a trade school, whether it's a nurse or an AC or a plumber.
Okay,
so we're raising money for that. So if you want to sponsor us, give me a call at 772-210-1020. I'll send you a link and let you able to sponsor that. But yeah, it's going to be a fun bike ride, and I'm going to be laughing all the way because I've been training hard.
I'm going to call you when you're on your bike. I want to FaceTime while you're on your bike.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right. More fun facts about humans. This one kind of, when I looked at this before I read this,
that's
kind of took me. It's kind of gross in a little way, but it's really an astounding fact.
Well,
there are more bacteria in your mouth than there are people in the world.
Oh my goodness.
So your mouth has more bacteria in it than the entire population of the world.
Mine doesn't. Do you know why? I gargle with the straight up old fashioned
alcohol.
Burn your no, although it has 40% alcohol in it, is Listerine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Evan, that is amazing. There's a lot of bacteria in your mouth.
That's an amazing fact there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why oral health is important.
Yes.
Keep your mouth clean, folks. Smokers reduce their lifespan expectancy by 11 minutes per cigarette. So you have to ask yourself, is this worth 11 minutes of my life?
Wow. And for people that are chain smokers, that's a lot of time knocked off their life. And I never smoked a cigarette a day in my life.
That is amazing. I've smoked about 30 in my life total. My dad was a chain smoker, and thankfully he stopped when he was 45.
Yeah. Right-handed people live, on average, 9 years longer than left-handed people.
Now, that is an interesting fact. I wonder how much they came up with that
from.
I don't know. And, folks, we hope these are all true facts. You know, of course, we search the Internet and we look at different fascinating facts about humans and other things. So, number 6, though, it says this. You're about 1 centimeter taller in the morning than you are in the evening. I guess all that sitting and standing and
very interesting.
Crunches you down a little bit.
During your lifetime, you will eat about 30,000 kilograms of food. That's the weight of about 6 African elephants. So over your lifespan, you're going to eat in your system the weight of 6 African elephants.
Now, that's probably an average because I think some people it's probably 20 African elephants, and some people I see eat like little birds.
I feel like I've already
one
eaten
or two.
like 10 African elephants after.
Well,
say, look what I got this morning.
What did you get today?
Sorry, I'm going to show you this. Hold on.
An elephant?
No. One of my listeners brought this in.
Oh, no.
Since you're talking about eating.
No. I can't eat that.
No, look at this. Look at that.
He's
that
tempting
came in
me,
this
folks.
morning.
It's got beautiful donuts from, where's that?
Jupiter Donuts.
Jupiter Donuts. They're beautiful. Yeah. They're so cute.
Iggy, have one, please.
They're so beautiful. I wouldn't want to eat them, but
Iggy will have one
anyway,
for you.
And I think if you eat all those, you might weigh like an African elephant.
Look, Iggy's going to have one. Look at that.
No, but he's in shape and healthy. And all right. Yeah. Next fascinating fact about human. In some parts of the world, one being Malaysia, parents protect their babies from disease by bathing them in beer.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I wonder if there's any science behind that, or if
you'd
it's
have
just a legend.
A drunk baby.
I don't know.
Bathing them in beer. Okay. Extreme music, such as heavy metal, can positively influence those experiencing anger. So, in other words, if you're angry and you put on heavy metal, that could add fuel to the fire. I guess that's the way that reads.
Yeah, well, can positively influence. I wonder if it's because they're transferring their anger into moving around and just, getting crazy. And I don't know. That's interesting. I did hear a thing about music that they did studies. I read this years ago when I was in college, or I studied it, that they put heavy metal music in a soundproof room with plants. And then the other room they put symphony music and beautiful music.
Elevator music.
Yes.
With plants.
And those plants thrive, but the plants with the heavy metal music kind of withered up and died.
They were stressful.
They stressed them out.
They were stressed, okay.
Yeah, but I guess maybe there's some psychology behind this.
Okay.
Number 10, it's not just coughs and sneezes that spread diseases. One single bacteria cell can multiply to become more than 8 million cells in less than 24 hours. Boy, these are some amazing facts.
Who got these?
Well,
I'd like to know.
If they're true, I did, but
Okay.
if not, I had somebody do it for me.
All right, thank you.
But yeah, actually, I
All
looked
right,
them up.
here's the last one.
Yeah.
Ever wondered why there are mirrors in front of the cardio section at a gym? Have you ever thought about that? Why they put mirrors there?
Well, I do work out in front of mirrors at a gym, so
Okay.
why? Tell me why.
Well, watching yourself run in a mirror can make a treadmill workout go by faster and feel much easier. So they say. So they say.
Well, whenever I would get on a treadmill or a step machine or one of those things, listening to music or watching, sometimes they would have TV monitors, watching a 30-minute show, boy, made that go by fast. But I work out in front of a mirror to make sure I'm accurately, doing the exercise properly.
Okay.
But anyway, those are some interesting facts.
All right, good stuff.
And if you want more facts, give us a call at 772-210-1020. So, Evan, any other question? I have a couple of things about food.
Okay.
I've been going to a nutritionist. We had Farrah Taylor on our show here about a month and a half ago. She's really taught both my wife and I and a few of my friends a lot of things about food. And one of the things that's so important is what's in our food. We think, okay, we eat that, that's healthy for us. And when you learn from a true nutritionist who can really talk about what food does to our physical body, we learn there are certain things that are really not good for us, but it's in a lot of things. And I just want to give a rundown of some of those things, because when we talk about this show being the quality of life radio show, the quality of life begins with your physical body.
Right.
That's one aspect of quality of life, having strength and health and longevity, and having the mental capacity to be strong. And what we put in our body absolutely does matter. Here's a few things that are not so good. These are on the food additives to avoid shopping list.
Okay.
Number 1 is aspartame.
Aspartame. What is aspartame?
It's a diet or sugar-free product, usually in like Diet Coke, Coke Zero, a lot of Jell-O desserts, a lot of sugar-free items. Aspartame is not your friend. It's a neurotoxin and it's a carcinogen. It's known to erode intelligence and affect short-term memory. And the components of this toxin sweetener may lead to a wide variety of ailments, including brain tumor disease, like, oh my gosh, just so many. I don't want to continue. Just a host of bad things. Aspartame. The second one is high fructose corn syrup. Okay, we've heard about that. We say corn syrup. That sounds nice and healthy, but it's in most processed food, breads, candy, flavored yogurts. It's basically a highly refined artificial sweetener. It's become the number 1 source of calories in America. High fructose corn syrup. Monosodium glutamate, MSG. We typically hear about that being in Chinese food.
Yes.
Potato chips, many types of snacks, chips, cookies, most Campbell's soup products, frozen dinners and lunch meats. It's flavor enhanced, but also affects the neurological brain pathways of the brain. You notice a pattern here. A lot of it has to do with your brain. Anything with fat goes to the brain. The next one is trans fat. It's partially hydrated vegetable oil, margarines, chips, crackers, baked goods, fast foods. Trans fat increases your LDL cholesterol levels while decreasing the good HDL cholesterol, increases the risk of heart attacks, heart disease, strokes, goes on a host of other health problems. Next, different common food dyes. Blue number 1, it goes on blue number 2, red, all these different kinds of food dyes in candy, cereal, soft drinks. Artificial colorings can contribute to behavioral problems like ADHD and ADD in children, lead to a significant reduction in the IQ, intelligent quotient. Just a few more here. These are things to look out for when you're shopping and when you're opening up that next bag of chips, cookies, or canned soup. Sodium phosphate. That's in wine and dried fruit. According to the FDA, approximately 1 in 100 people are sensitive to sulfites in food. Individuals who are sulfite sensitive may experience asthma, headaches, breathing problems, and rashes. I believe I am, because whenever I've had sodium sulfite, I began to feel like it's hard to breathe. So that's not good. Sodium nitrate. Oh, that's in a lot of things. Hot dogs, bacon, ham, luncheon meat, cured meat, smoked fish, and many other processed meat. It's a chemical that turns meat bright red, but it's also carcinogenic once it enters the human diet. That means it can potentially cause cancer. It's the liver and the pancreas in particular, it attacks, and this toxin chemical is linked to many cancers. So that's sodium nitrate, people. Please stop putting that in your body. Then BHA and BTH, used as a preservative in potato chips, gum, cereal, frozen sausages, lard, softening, candy, jellies. Again, they're oxidants which form cancer-causing reactive compounds in your body. 2 more, sulfur dioxide and potassium bromate. So we're going to stop on that. But these are fun. If you want a list of these top 10 food additives to avoid, I can get these to you, email you them, or you can stop by our office. Owen Insurance Group, that's right behind the Key West Diner on US 1, just north of the Roosevelt Bridge. It's actually in North Stewart. It seems like it's Jensen Beach, but it's right there a little bit south of the mall. You stop by, I'll give you a paper copy, or give me a call, 772-210-1020. I'm at extension number 4, and give me your email address, and I can email this to you. Top 10 food additives to avoid. So there we go. What do you think about that, Mr. Evans?
That's pretty interesting stuff there.
So
definitely,
what do we have to eat?
Yeah, what do you eat? What is safe to eat? What's not safe to eat?
Yeah, I think originally our bodies were made to eat those things that come straight from nature. A lot of fruits, vegetables. Of course, you got to watch out what may have been absorbed in those fruits and vegetables. Good, clean, lean meats, things of that nature, is what I've been told. And Farah taught me a little acronym called NEAP, and that's the letters N, the letter E, the letter A, and the letter P. NEAP. It's a neat little acronym. N is for nutritional. Is this nutritional? Every food you put in your body, ask yourself, is this nutritional? And so it's kind of 4 categories of food. Nutritional. Number 2 is entertainment food. Every time we go to the movie, my daughter wants to gotta have popcorn. Wants that popcorn.
I gotta have those Raisinets.
Oh, you love the Raisinette? Okay.
Yeah.
And whenever I watch a good football game, traditionally I would like
Wings.
chips and wings. I like chips with salsa.
But I do the air fry. I air fry my wings.
Okay, well there you go. That's probably
so I'm not using oil.
That's
I have like the best air fryer.
Do you?
Yes.
Which
I have the Ninja Foodie.
Do you?
Yes.
I won one. It's still in the box.
Oh, you got to use it.
I do need to use it. I've been wanting one,
telling you, once
and
you
I got
use
it, and I still haven't used it yet.
Once you air fry wings, then a Ninja Foodie, depending on which Ninja Foodie you got. I don't know which one you got. I'm not sure. But if you got the Ninja Foodie grill, it does everything. You cook a steak in it. You can air fry wings in it. You can make your fruit dry. It just does everything.
Okay.
Now, if you got just the air fryer, you can still do.
It isn't. I think it's just the air fryer, but I know I saw it at a store.
Has it got the two baskets that come out?
I haven't opened it. It's still in the box. I need to have you come over and bring
when you get home tonight. Open the Ninja Foodie app.
I'll send you a picture of it.
Please do. Yeah. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, so there's 4 categories of food. There's nutritional, there's entertainment food, then there's the addictive kind.
Yeah.
That could be chocolate.
That's bad.
Or things.
That's very bad.
And then last of all, the letter P, poisonous food.
Oh, yeah.
So every time you put some food in your mouth, ask yourself, is it nutritional or is it entertainment food? Am I addicted to this food? And is it poisonous?
All right.
I believe we're going on a break.
We are. We're up against a break right now. You're listening to the Quality of Life radio show with your host, Tom the Bouvier, sitting in for Gary Owen. I am Evan Nine. I am your co-host sitting in for Tom the Bouvier. That's a mouthful right there.
You say it very well.
Make sure and give their office a call, 772-210-1020. That's 772-210-1020. When we come back from the break, I'm going to grill you a little bit more.
Feel free.
I've got some questions that I think are going to be
rare here.
I think I've got some good questions that are going to be very useful for our listening audience.
Thank you.
That probably they want to know, inquiring minds want to know about the different types of insurance that you guys handle.
Perfect.
We'll be right back.
Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
Age comes with wisdom, and wisdom comes with benefits. That's especially true when it comes to Medicare. So make the wise call and go to CignaWise.com to compare your Medicare Advantage plan to Cigna today. Cigna offers dental coverage and $0 primary doctor visits in most areas. Hearing, vision, and an over-the-counter allowance all in one plan. You can even earn rewards for doing healthy activities. So go to CignaWise.com and compare your Medicare Advantage plans to Cigna today. Again, that website is CignaWise.com. Cigna Medicare Advantage. Because wisdom comes with benefits. Benefit options vary by plan and service area. You must reside in the plan service area. Cigna is contracted with Medicare for PDP plans, HMO, and PPO plans in select states, and with select state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in Cigna depends on contract renewal.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Welcome back to the Quality of Life radio show. I'm your host today, Tom Bouvier, sitting in for Gary Owen. You're listening to the world-famous Quality of Life radio show on WSTU 1450 AM or WPSL 1590 AM, or you're watching on Facebook on the Quality of Life radio show. Please share
or listening on the TuneIn app.
On the what?
Oh, the TuneIn app. That's right. In
more
over
technology.
40 countries.
That is amazing.
Yes.
And many countries as well.
Yes.
All right, Evan. So I heard you want to grill me a little bit more.
I want to grill you
I'm
a little
not quite
bit.
cooked enough.
Yeah, you're not quite cooked enough. And when I get done with you, you're going to be well done, and you're going to say, I'm done with the radio show.
So, okay.
So question number one. That's fine. We have plenty of time.
15 minutes.
Question number one. Tell me about the different types of insurance that Owen Insurance Group handles, because a lot of people think, oh, they just handle health insurance.
That's right. And primarily when we're out networking or meeting people or even on the radio show, you might just hear us talk about the health insurance. And, of course, that's our forte. We can provide health insurance from cradle to grave. So no matter how old you are, how young you are, or how old you are, we have a health insurance solution for you. Certainly many people know us as those Medicare experts, health insurance agents who specialize in Medicare, and that's certainly true. All types of Medicare, whether it's just Medicare supplements, Medicare Advantage, prescription drug plans. We help you plan your options, whether you're turning 65, you're on a disability for the past 2 years, and you're getting Medicare for the first time, or you're over 65 and you have a great insurance at work, but you're about to retire and come off of that plan. We can help you do that. So that's that. We do the marketplace health insurance. That's the Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, and that is for anyone under 65 or who don't qualify for Medicare.
And you guys recently took over my health care plan that I have at the marketplace.
Excellent.
So I don't have to do anything anymore. You're one of your agents. I'm terrible with names. Yes, Kim.
Yeah.
Kim is now my agent, and she takes care of me with that. And also, she set me up with the most remarkable, and I mean this, the most remarkable dental plan for my son, where we were in a jam. This is a true story, and I just full disclosure here, I am not getting paid to say this.
Okay.
This is true. I want a full disclosure. We had taken Gavin to the dentist, and he needed a root canal and some serious dental work done. This was going to cost us thousands and thousands of dollars. I made a phone call, and I talked to Kim on the phone. Did you know that by the next morning at 9 a.m., when I called, I had full dental insurance coverage on Gavin?
The next day?
The next day. The next day.
That's excellent.
How about that?
Yes, that's what we do.
What would have cost probably $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 in dental work cost us out of pocket right around about $1,000.
Okay, about 20% of what you were looking at.
Yeah.
See, and thank you so much for sharing that. And really, that's what insurance is all about. It helps you save you for a small amount of monthly premium, small and compared to what he would have had to pay, $5,000-$6,000 to just $1,000 out of pocket plus that small monthly premium. And it's interesting you brought up dental insurance, because I did bring a brochure about dental insurance, because it's one of my favorite products to educate people about, and the value of dental insurance, why people should get it. So many people say, well, here's what the American Dental Association states as the several top reasons people do not go to the dentist, and it's fear of the dentist, inconvenient locations of the dentist, or inconvenient appointment availability. But the number one reason is they don't go because of the cost. I recall when I did not have dental insurance, and this was about 10 or 15 years ago. I'm not sure the exact timing, but I recall I had a job, and the open enrollment came around. I got the health insurance, and I got some other little indemnity plans, hospital cost plan, but I denied or I waived getting dental insurance. 2 weeks later, I'm at Jensen Beach, at the beach at Jensen Beach, and on my boogie board, the waves are really doing amazing things. I'm riding them, zipping in and out on my boogie board. Then one big wave was so high and deep. I knew I shouldn't take this wave. I tried to pull back, but it had me in its grip, and as to say, you're not getting away from me. It slammed me face down into the ground. I could have broken my neck. I could be dead. I mean, God knows what could have happened. But what did happen, my entire face was bloodied from my forehead, my nose, my chin. But the first thought that I had, Evan, while I'm underwater getting crunched and smashed by this wave is, darn. It was actually a different word, but darn, I should have gotten that dental insurance. Why? Because I just knew, in my mind, the way I felt, I just knew that the whole left side of my teeth, all the teeth, my front teeth, the left side of were gone.
Wow.
Well, I got up, I kind of felt my teeth. They were moved, and even to this day, they've shifted due to that hit. But from then on, I got dental insurance. And even if I have a small basic insurance plan, what dental insurance will do, it'll hold you accountable by going to the dentist at least twice a year.
Yes.
Most plans give you two free
Two
cleanings and an exam. And a plan I'm on now gives you actually 3 cleanings and 2 oral exams per year.
Some cases they
no
give you
cost.
X-rays also.
They give you X-rays.
Depending.
Certain bite wing X-rays at no cost.
Yeah.
All that's part of the preventative nature of it. But they're able to examine your mouth because oral health, Evan gave that fact that there's billions of bacteria in your mouth, and oral gum disease can actually affect you. Why is oral health so important? According to the Mayo Clinic, oral health goes beyond having a nice smile. The status of oral health can affect the rest of your body. Oral health has been connected to endocarditis. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't sound good.
Okay.
Cardiovascular disease, pregnancy and birth complications, pneumonia. And they didn't put it on here, but the oral disease and bacteria that can get in your mouth, get in your body through your mouth, can actually be fatal. So call us for dental insurance. So we do dental insurance, vision insurance. For a small amount, you can get an eye exam at no cost. Get a certain amount of money for glasses or contact lenses. We also do have hospital indemnity plans, which for people like myself, I have a high max out-of-pocket on my health insurance. Some people have high deductibles. So if I were to go into the emergency room, if I had an accident, broke my arm or somehow had an accident, and I filed a claim with this plan that I paid just like $20 a month for, this plan will send me a check for up to $8,000.
Okay.
So they send it directly to me, and I'm able to pay for my cost share that I would have in my insurance. You can pair this with any type of insurance. If I go into the hospital due to a sickness, it again will stroke me a check for $8,000, and I can use that to pay my maximum out of pocket or my deductible. And so that's similar to AFLACs. We also, we can do AFLACs for voluntary benefits for employers out there. Colonial Life, we have products through those 2 companies. But that's a hospital indemnity plan, accident, sickness, cancer plan. If you first diagnose as cancer, I'm getting a check for $20,000. Heart, stroke, Alzheimer's, a whole list of like 11 different things. So those are a few of the things we do.
Okay, so now you've covered the gamut. You do life insurance, dental insurance, health insurance. You basically just about every kind of insurance except for auto insurance.
We don't do auto
no
or
auto
home.
Insurance or home insurance, but all the other gamuts you guys can cover.
We do.
Let's talk a little bit. We only have about, I want to say, 6 or 7 minutes left. There's many different types of plans that are out there. You have your HMOs, you have your PPOs, you have your EPOs.
That's right.
What are the differences between an HMO, an EPO, and a PPO? I have some knowledge, but not enough where you are more knowledgeable because this is your industry and you can explain it. So let's start at the bottom of the barrel and start with what's an HMO. Notice I said bottom of the barrel.
Okay, all right. And so, and because my provider that I want to be in network. This year, I'm actually on an HMO,
Okay.
Evan.
Okay.
And so HMOs are called health maintenance organizations. That's
Okay.
where the HMO comes from. And HMOs are network-based plans. All of these are managed care plans. And what that means is with an HMO, you have to have a primary care doctor listed with the company. And it's got to be a primary care doctor that's contracted or in network with that company. Okay, and so if I want to go to a specialist, I need to get my skin checked out, dermatologist, cardiologist, I have to have a referral
from your primary.
From my primary care doctor, giving me a referral saying, Tom, I need you to go see a cardiologist or dermatologist or this or that.
Okay.
And then thirdly, an HMO is known for you have to stay within the network.
Okay, now here's a question.
Okay.
When you get that referral, and you get a referral to Dr. John Doe, the cardiologist, does that cardiologist have to be in network, or can he be out of network?
No, he has to be with an HMO. He has to be in network.
Okay, so obviously your primary physician will know the doctors they should know the doctors that are in network who they're referring to.
You would think so. You would think so, but however, many times the doctors can come and go in and out of network. They'll refer you, and then you'll call them and say, I'm sorry, we don't take it, or we're not contracted anymore.
Okay.
So you go back to the doctor, hey, I need one that's in network. So HMO, in network only, except for emergencies. Primary care doctor is required, and a referral is required. A PPO on the other hand, it is also a managed care plan, meaning you don't need a primary care doctor on your account. You don't need a referral to see a specialist. And if you go, they do have in-network doctors, and you would have a lower copay or cost share.
And they give you a list of doctors in network on your PPO to go to, and you can pick whoever you want.
Now, a PPO gives you the freedom to go out of the network.
Okay.
So let's say your doctor thinks so-and-so, even though a referral is not required, but the doctor, or you say, I want to go see this dermatologist. You look them up. They're not in the book. Even you call their office. We don't take that plan. However, we will take it as an out-of-network. So instead of paying, say, $20 to copay to in-network specialist, you might have to pay $50.
Okay.
So you can go out of now. Now, the EPO, that's called an exclusive provider organization.
Right.
That says this. It's kind of a combination or a hybrid of the two. It says you do not have to have a primary care doctor. You do not have to have a referral to see a specialist, but you do have to stay in the network.
Okay.
You can't if you go out of network and it's not an emergency, you're going to pay out of your own pocket. So for emergencies, room visits, usually urgent care, you can go out of network with an EPO and an HMO, but with the EPO, you don't need a referral to see a specialist. So
no referrals
that's the breakdown.
Needed. Okay, all right. So you have your choice, and obviously the price of the plans per month are also going to vary depending on if it's an HMO or an EPO or a PPO, as far as I know, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So generally speaking, and an HMO, because you have to have a primary care, you have to have a referral to see a specialist, they're kind of able to control, I use that word loosely, but they're able to direct your health care.
Okay.
So they kind of keep the costs low for the health insurance agent. Therefore, you might get more benefits.
Okay.
And you might have lower costs when you use the services.
Okay.
A PPO, because you do have a little more freedom, you can pick up the phone and go see a specialist whenever you want.
Right.
You don't need a referral. You might have a little bit more cost and premiums and in copays.
Okay.
A copay is when you go to see the doctor or the provider.
Right.
That's what your cost is at that point of service.
I know that our plan, we have an EPO or a PPO. It's one of the two.
It's an EPO, I believe.
And we just pay $5 to go to the doctor.
Yeah, very nice.
That's it. I mean, that's it, $5. You can't beat that. We are up against the time, and you know what that means?
That means
you have to do your official sign-off.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Evan, for sitting in for me
My
as
pleasure.
I sat in for Gary. Well, I want to thank you all for joining us, and we hope you've enjoyed the Quality of Life radio show. Please share us with your friends, family, and neighbors. Stay safe, keep healthy, be happy, and enjoy your quality of life.